to find also church books for him. What we do now, sorry it's in Swedish, but maybe you understand Swedish, but what we do now is that we add where he was born regarding to this tvåkammarriksdagen. And födelseplats, born. And that is a church parish, and that is also an object. So what I do now is that I open that object, and all those objects has before what it was and what this is after. So it's 2,900 objects. We have a coordinate. We don't have an area, but the coordinate is almost often to the church. And the picture is also offered to the church, and the picture has depict motif the church. So that means that you can click on it, you go to an object for the church. The object for the church I'm adding now is also same as OpenStreetMap. So here you have, which is wrong. Same as, here is it correct. Here I have a plugin which says go to OpenStreetMap and ask for all the objects with this queue number. So that's query, and then you will find the church. So this is what we should have in Wikidata. So OpenStreetMap has support for saying that this square, or what it is called, is the same as this queue number. And then I will correct this. Here I need to run some cleaning, I think. I missed the 4. Wikidata quality. So now it is correct. And we also have that this church is connected to Google Maps map identifier, and that is unique persistent identifier. I hope it's persistent for an object in Google Map, and if it's not there you can ask it for to be created, and normally you get this ID number. The only way I found out how to get the ID number out of you can maybe look in the source code, but I have no good API and so on, is that we have a plugin here where when I click on it, he sees that I'm on the object Sabi. He looks for the public identifier and do look up in Wikidata. And then you get it here. And if it's not there, he can ask, for example, for this object here, Gripenberg Castle, maybe that should be in Wikidata, a connection. And then if I do this again, maybe I need to. Uh-oh. New try. And then we go over here to this Gripenberg Castle. And then I click on that one. So then I get this object here, and you can see it's not connected. And if I then do like that, he will do a search in Wikidata. So here it says one of the biggest 3 church castles. So I say connect it, and we do a slow look up after, is this the correct place? Yes, we can see it's the correct place. So now I am connecting the Google map with Wikidata over the identifier. So the identifier is somewhere down here, and if I look in the normal way, we can see it's like that. The cool thing I did with the church is that we have connected now, I'm doing it now, all the graveyard cemeteries, and we are adding also picture. We have a lot of pictures from air, so you can see the overview of the places. And I connect the churchyard with sources like Find a Grave and Gravstensinventeringen, which is a Swedish project. So that means that we know that this Göransson died here. Now they have just scanned 28, or what to say, scan 28 graves. So we don't have him here, I think. Ernst Göransson is not there, and if we look at the other source, they have just 14 memorials. Memorials is maybe a better name. So it's not there. Interesting what I've done with those objects is that we can now see that we have those connections. I also have how many people are buried there, and to make it easier for other people, we say that this is Säby gård in Tranås, but I also say it's not the same as the church in Landskrona and Hallstahammar. Then I have a plug-in for Wikidata which says make this consistent. So someone has written this, and then I say make it consistent. So that means that they also point back to this place. To make it, I refresh this, and then I have another plugin, and I get the number here. So that means that if we also add this one to the third and go over to the third and do consistency, now all three will have not connected to. And this is another Säby church, and it's connected to another Säby cemetery, connecting to another Säby church, and that Säby church has not same as those other Säby church. I think it's with linked data you should do things like this. What is connected to, so you have more ways to navigate things. But this is just a guess from my side. And I don't see it as a pattern so much on Wikidata. What I have is that I have another plugin, or what you say, feature that you can generate up queries like this. So then we can see all the objects it's connected to, and you can also, in this Sparkle query, you can also navigate. So that means that if I have, for example, this church here, I can go down here, I hopefully can, so, and say what is pointing in direction this church, and then we can see it pointing from two different objects. We can do the same over here, and we can see it's also 2. And then we take the third one, so it's just 2. And if we take Västerås Stift, we can see it's 249 who are referencing that. And that is some people also, but it's most churches. That all those churches are in that stift. I don't know the English for it, but we can go to this person here, and he is then said to died, I guess. No, he worked maybe. Yeah, he worked in stift. So here has a user, which it maybe is a good way that he was acting in that part. And we can see here we also have just one source. One bad pattern, there is solutions, I guess, but I haven't done that, which is maybe not good, is that we add the references in more places. It's denormalized. It makes sense to see it. I think they did the design decision 10 years ago that they shouldn't. For the good thing is if we can have the same reference and use it many times. Now if it's we have a problem like we have with Tvåkammarriksdagen, it's not consistent created, then we have to create, add it, or change it on many places. And I said in another video, I hope I will do a program for checking that. Other things is that we connect a lot to this Swedish portrait archive, and we also define how they should look. We set up a regexp, which I do now with ChatGPT. My regexp skills are not so great, and then we also have sanity reports. So if you are building an ecosystem, think about things like that. So the regexp make it easy that the input will be good. Then we also have in Wikidata a lot of we have a project where they have started adding begränsningar. So you can say it should follow this regexp, it should be unique, it should just be on those places, and it can just be used as reference and as a main thing. And if you go over to the discussion page, you have the page over, then people add this template, which gives you a lot of queries. It also gives you a link to a database report. So that means that where we use this, we can see that it's not unique. So then this could be a good way of finding duplicates. Helge and Halfred should be in this, and then I guess Halfred is wrong. PG must have moved by, maybe we have a duplicate here. Major. Theodor Ekenstam. Here looks, we have Helge von Koch. A third problem is Theodor for Ekesand De Geer. So this one should not be on this one. Yes, my mistake. We have a problem with Svensk Porträttarkiv. It's a voluntary site. Some nice people, very good developers, developed this site for a person who has scanned extremely a lot. It's 1 million pictures. I think it's 1.5 now. What we see is that this Earl here points on the web page. You can point on directly on the picture, and then we don't have the problem. What happened is that here we have that you can see when they add related portrait, they try to do same as. So this person is the same as that one. Can see here. Then the Earl not always will work. So that's bad implementation for us. When we try to point directly on it, we can go get the picture that is related to it. See if I can use this plugin and find him if we have referenced that. We haven't. So if I jump back, we have a lot of picture for him. I can maybe go back to the report. Here. So what I have done to make it easy to upload is that when we are on a person here in Wiki Commons, we add the picture. So then we have categories. Now I have added him here for a lot, but I have created a plugin so I can go out and search. That is a string search. So now we should find, I think that is him, Mogata. It's him, but it's the wrong parish. Interesting. When I click on it, this one will be uploaded. I also done some notebooks where we can mass upload. It doesn't make it much faster, Higher Lesson Love, because you have to do this matching. So if I say, the thing I need to do here is to add a unique name. If I add a unique name and click here, a check is done if this picture is already in there, and it was. So that then I have added it here. What we also do in Wikidata is, in Wiki Commons, is that we say which person is depicting this, and then we do something called semantic operability. So this person here is Theodor of Ekstrand, but Theodor of Ekstrand is same as Wikidata Q number. So this is the person on the picture, and if we go back here, another person who is extremely fast has done a plugin, which means I down here in the right corner click on it and I can see that we have metadata on it, and then we have a copyright, so you can ask in a Sparkle, give me all picture depicting motif this person with this license. You can see this is not set, but if I click here and I click so, then I can say please add depict, and the name is Svensk Politiker, which we can see here. So I select that one and then I do prominent and set, and now this one didn't have. So now we get for this person metadata, and that is another Wikibase as it's a Wikidata copy. So that means that here we have him as metadata. And as this is a Wikibase driven thing, it's a 2-3 year old project, I can go out here and find concept URI. And the concept URI is that one, the M number. So the M number is the unique for this picture. If I add JSON, we have a content negotiation, or what we can call it. Then I get to see the metadata. So then we will see that the Wikidata P6226, which I don't know what it is same as Q number. I can see that 180, I think that is the Q number of Wikidata. It was not clickable. So then we get it even more tight. But this is in the beginning, and I see that others are looking into this now, and how to define picture, because it's easy when it's a person. But should you define it's a bear? Should you define that he is having this type of church and so on? Wikicommons people did a machine learning project, but I don't think it's used so much. The problem is that the training of data make a big bias, and that means that, for example, for priests, I got Catholic priests, because the training of data, I think, was Catholic priests, so it was useless. So the question is, how good is it? Now we have 55 million pictures. Maybe this will be good data for training on pictures, what we see, but it's a difficult area. That's all now. But what I should do was to add this churchyard. I started with other things now. This parish, and for all parish objects we have a reference to NAD, which is the archive of Riksarkivet, National Archive. So now we need to find the birth books 1887. And that is C for then, and then we go out and say 1887. So this is scanned church books, and they are rather good. They are free, so that's extremely well important. And then we can skip this, and we can start here, and we can say 16 February and 1882. What I hope we should get is that we get a standard how to add a reference to a church book. If we can do that, we can maybe easy ask for all people in the same church books, all people in parishes that are next to each other, and so on. And I think that could be a game changer for doing DNA research. I tried to speak to the police project about it. They have a project where they look into could we use DNA for criminals, and I think that person didn't know what the knowledge graph was, so it was rather he didn't understand, he didn't get it. But I think it will be extremely big game changer if we could have instead of text strings. Now we should have him here, or is he not in there? I didn't find him on the first try. Feb 16. I stop the video and will do some more checking.